If I ask them, a lot of times they don't want to tell me. But I guess if I spend more time with them, several visits, and usually then they open up and tell you what's in their spirit, and usually it's something really wonderful. Maybe they're called to sing, or they're
Right.
called to be an archaeologist, or they're called to be a minister or teacher, or whatever they're called to do. If they start letting it out in whatever way, that God will open the doors. God will make a way, and then they get happy. It changes their life, whatever they're called to do from the Lord.
Yeah, it is quite remarkable. Well, I think I did have a couple of notes tonight. Maybe we'd talk about. One of them is the down in you talked about New Zealand again. One of them is the earthquakes they've been having down there, and there's quite a bit of devastation happening with these earthquakes, and I've never seen anything like it in a civilized, regular conventional towns. I think Christchurch was hit pretty hard, and I saw some pictures my wife was showing me, and it's like, wow. I mean, that could be a town here in the United States that's been hit very, very hard. I mean, it's
Wow. I
yeah,
haven't seen I haven't seen those pictures, but yeah, that's awesome. That's really awesome. Is it like buildings collapsed and so on,
oh
freeways
yeah, buildings
collapsed?
collapse. Roads all messed up where they can't get anything in and out. Mud and flooding and slides like that. Just old churches and stuff with walls falling in or off, and a lot of structure that's damaged pretty heavily. And
Well, yeah. I said earlier I enjoy earthquakes. I don't enjoy seeing people suffer, and I don't enjoy the property damage and all that. But I do enjoy an earthquake. But I don't enjoy Just so I just want to clarify for this, if I think I'm a nut or something.
yeah, yeah. I hope your
That'd
angels
be
haven't been up to
the-
something here.
but yeah, yeah. We'll pray for those people, and God can help even in those kind of situations. Yeah, earthquakes are quite. They're actually on the rise, as you probably know,
Yeah.
and more. Jesus said that was one of the signs of the end, is there'd be more and more earthquakes one place after another. And
Well,
we just had one in Haiti about a year ago, right, and something like that. And
yep.
now there's a big one in Christchurch, and that big tidal wave that hit in 2000, I don't know, 2002 or whatever, 2004 or whatever. That big tidal wave was caused by an earthquake in the
Right.
ocean, and that's yeah. So it's definitely part of the signs of the times, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it kind of hits close to home when you see these more upwardly mobile people, driving in their Volvos and their Mercedes and things like that. And it's like, wow, they're even there. It's not just poor people the earthquakes hit. It's
It's the wealthy people, yeah.
yeah,
It's all the poor and the rich, yeah. Amen.
yeah. I'm not trying to make light of it. I mean, but it is amazing times we're living in, and there's a lot of opportunity to be woken up and change your outlook on things. So, and I look at this as sort of a blessing in disguise in many ways. It is going to cause people to wake up and work together and work toward things that are worthwhile. And I like to see that. So,
Yeah,
uh,
man. There's a silver cloud. There's a silver lining in every cloud. I'll put it that way. And yeah, so the good part is people can start working together and come up with better solutions and so on. Yeah, I'm with you 100% on that. Yeah. Did you want to say? Do you have any other news about the earthquake, or shall we go
well,
on to something?
yeah, that's it. And hopefully people will watch this and see, because I know that they'll pull together and they'll come out of this. And but it's I hope people see that all around the world, and it doesn't have to be an earthquake. It can be, one thing I'd like to see that I don't really see too much yet, and that's the devastation down here in the Gulf of Mexico with the oil spill, if you want to call it a spill. It's devastation down there, and the locals are really getting hit hard. They're really getting sick from all the toxic spraying that they did and the toxicity of the oil and compounds that were released, and it's a real mess still down there. But there doesn't seem to be you don't see the pictures on the news, so there's not this rallying coming together. It's only, it's just their problem, and they have to breathe the air, and if they're getting sick, well, maybe they can go to the doctor, and they're going to get checks from BP anyway. So hopefully we'll rally around that one of these days.
Yeah, people could rally around that in some way or another. I know there have been groups, even with the ministry, that went down to help alleviate the poisons and the toxins. I don't know how much success they had. They claimed they had some pretty good success. Of course, the power of God and the power of prayer can do great things too. Hopefully that is actually stopped now that the oil spill is stopped, and hopefully they have enough brains to not start it open again and start it up again. It has the potential really to be a major worldwide plague, like the 10 plagues of Egypt. I'd say even worse than that, because it's worldwide. It has the potential to spread those kind of poisons and so on, spread worldwide.
Right.
The worst poisons were not the oil. The worst poisons were the stuff they sprayed on the oil, and supposedly to help dissipate the oil, but all that does is kill everything that comes in contact with it.
That's right. It's basically killing everything and making everything sick, and it's a real mess. So I wish.
The good news is that we have solutions for all that. As the funding comes in, we can do more and more to help, and God has the solutions too. We have authority over everything on this planet. So if people will get in agreement that these poisons are being neutralized, and also get in agreement that these people behind it are going to go to prison, that would all be good. We can agree and we can make it happen. And the unclean spirits behind those people are going to get cast out and locked up in the middle of the desert somewhere. That would be till they go to the bottomless pit. When Jesus comes back, there's going to be an angel come down and catch the devil, and imagine all the unclean spirits as well. Put them all in the bottomless pit, it says, for 1,000 years. So some kind of holding chamber for 1,000 years.
Well, I think we're in those times. So I hope some of those things start taking place, because I'm ready for a new world.
We're ready for the Calvary. Amen. Amen. And of course, people don't realize it, but we're the Calvary. We're the good guys, and all we have to do is literally work together, just like the Calvary works together, and we can do great things on this planet. So,
right.
Encourage everybody to learn more and to start working together as the Lord leads your heart.
Right.
Amen.
Well, one other topic that I thought we might bring up is I kind of got to learn a little bit about structured water over the last few months, and I know I haven't really spoken much about that to you specifically, but I've learned a lot about water, and there was a movie quite a few years ago that came out called What the Bleep Do We Know, and part of the movie was based on how water actually can change based on our thoughts and our intention. And I think it's been documented in many scientific studies that indeed there is some interaction between human intention and water. And there's a famous, I think he's a Japanese scientist that's photographed freezing water molecules under I think it's a dark background scope or something like this, and he takes pictures of crystals, and he absolutely has some amazing results there, where he puts different intentions and or prayer or things like that, and does these tests, and absolutely good intentions cause the water crystals to come out really pretty and magnificent in many cases, and bad intention and bad thinking and bad words cause real ugly looking crystals to form, or not even symmetrical in a lot of cases, real ugly stuff. So
and if you water the plants with the ugly stuff, they don't grow as good as if you water the plants with the good stuff either. That's been proven over and over again, which really shows the power of prayer and the power of people working together and sending good thoughts.
Absolutely.
Focusing on positive things. Yeah.
Absolutely, and it's fascinating because the human body is mostly water to a large degree. So what we're thinking is having an effect on ourselves and things around us. So
Amen.
But anyway, um,
Amen.
relating to that, I met a fellow not too long ago, probably maybe a year ago. He contacted me because of WITS, and he'd seen your energy work with the machines that you had up on YouTube. And he contacted me. He says, he really wants to help. He really wants to help. And by the way, I do a little bit of this kind of technology stuff too, and I've got a water unit. And I guess he's probably been, I think he said he'd been working on it for about 15 years. It was really a passion to him. In the last couple of years, he's come out with a unit that he's calling a Water Edge whole house water unit. I'm not trying to make a commercial here for him or anything like that, but I think people need to know that this kind of stuff is becoming available, and it really is pretty significant technology, because this is I got one here. I'll just throw up here.
Yeah, well, definitely. If the guy is, we don't mind encouraging people to look into it. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if you can see this, but it's a thing that's about I guess it's about 24 inches long, and it's got these connectors on each end,
Yeah.
and it's kind of heavy, and there's a particular direction that the water flows through it. But he basically you plumb this into your house water supply, and he also puts an additional conventional filter on just to filter out large sediment and stuff. But this thing really kind of works magic. I was actually pretty amazed by this, because he tells me that it's working with vortexes in there, and it's putting particular patterns in the water. Let's see. First, it erases the patterns in it. Then it programs patterns in the water and certain, you might say, frequencies in the water, and then it goes throughout your whole house. And some of the things that's happened from people that have used this thing is quite amazing. It cleans the insides of the pipes, water heaters, like the ring that you might find in the bowl of the toilet, that like mineral deposits and stuff.
Yeah.
That actually starts going away. It sort of
Wow.
dissolves it.
Wow.
You don't get the soap scum built up in your shower.
Excellent.
You can water your plants with this stuff, and they grow better.
Wow.
Let's see.
Wow.
One of the things, I just got mine installed. I was so impressed with what he was telling me about, and he turned out to be a really good friend, because it's like he's telling me about this water, and it's like, oh yeah, well, we need to help WITS, and and I do this, and so I go, well, bring one down, and I'd like to see it. And so he came through. He was going to visit his daughter that goes to school down here in Texas, and he came by, and he brought one with him, and he was telling me all these things. And I go, well, I'd really like to try it out. So we actually got one, and I just got it put in, but immediately, this is really weird. Immediately, when I turned the water back onto the house, and Greg was in the kitchen sink, we're flushing the water out through the kitchen sink faucet and everything, and he was washing his hands, he's washing his hands, and he told me, it's like, how an air bubble will sort of come through and, kind of make a splash through the faucet. As soon as that happened, and then this new water started coming through, he says, I can tell a complete difference. This water is softer. This feels different.
Wow.
So, yeah, so you can actually, and I have to tell you, I've been showering in it for the last few days, and it's like, my skin is actually softer. That's really weird.
Now, you have two of them, because you installed one and you just showed us a different one, so you must have two of them, right?
I have four of them because
okay.
because I
All
told
right,
him,
great.
Nancy says she was so impressed with it. She goes, well, I know people that really would like to have this. So we got a few extra, and we were going to basically sell them to some of our friends and stuff, because it's like, this is pretty incredible. No one knows this kind of stuff exists.
Well, maybe we should offer it on the website even. Yeah, we'll discuss that in more detail later. Let's figure. We'll talk more about that.
Yeah, let me tell you some of these quantitative things that you can actually see in this. The pH gets basically brought into between 7 and 7.5. I think that's right.
That's good.
So it makes it a little more alkaline, which is
Good.
actually good for the body.
Yeah.